There are different personality types. You're familiar, I'm sure, with the concept. There are different systems that organize what kind of personality I have. So there's one system called True Colors. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. And the 4 colors, interestingly enough, these are not the 4 colors you typically learned in school, the primary colors. Some of them are there. There are blue and green. The other 2, though, are gold and orange. Now, very, very quickly, blues tend to be very empathic. They're the ones who are very connection-oriented. Greens tend to be problem solvers. They'll jump right in to try to solve an issue that exists. The golds are usually the people who like to follow directions. They're the ones who get to the back of the line at the exit of the highway and actually stay there until it's their turn to exit. And then there are the oranges, who tend to be more the mavericks, the free spirits, etc. Now, if you're a green like me, and you are leading a blue, and so you want to just jump right in and solve the problem and deal with issues as they come, but the blue is craving connection. And the blue needs that human touch, physical or otherwise, in order to feel like they're bonding with you, and you don't somehow find a way to adjust your leadership approach to make the blue connect with you, then you're losing out. It doesn't mean you can't lead such a person, but you want to be mindful. So I'm the kind of guy who, like, when there's an email and there's a response that needs to be given, I'll jump right in and try to respond. And then I always go back and I add good morning, some kind of salutation, how you doing, kind of thing. I put that in afterwards. Does anyone do that? Anyone else like me? I just want to know that I'm not the only one in the world who does these kinds of things. There are people like that. Why? Because it's not necessarily your first thing, or maybe you just want to make sure you don't miss the point of the email, but eventually you circle back and you get there because the other person might just read it differently and better as a result of the connection you've made. And then the last one is dependable, right? So really, really important. It's better not to commit than to commit and not deliver. Okay, so whenever you commit, write down not only your commitment, but schedule a response. Now, let's say, for example, I'm committing as a supervisor to look into a problem that allegedly is occurring, whether it's in a school or in another situation. Now, that investigation might take a week for it to occur completely. What I may choose to do is create a reminder in a week from now that says follow up with Mrs. Schwartz or whomever, but I might also build in 2 or 3 reminders on that outcome in days leading up to that final date.